The horn.
How would you check that? You just press the hard,
Did you press it?
So when you start off, look all around this car and creep forward very slowly. Yeah? Any questions before we start?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Just wait, this 5 looks never.
All the cancellations came through on that app this morning.
Did they win for?
Not until January.
Oh, right, there was a load for today.
Was there?
Yeah, this week, yeah, there was a load on Friday. I got a couple actually.
So have you got some people on test today?
No, I got one for Friday.
Oh.
Asked this lad if he wanted to do one, but he didn't want it, he didn't feel confident enough. I always forget me boot right up front, see. This. No, it's. What did I tell you how to feel last week?
Did you? Oh, because the wall. You did.
Look.
Didn't she have like a really good test as well? And then
Yeah,
it was just that
yeah,
wall.
she was absolutely devastated. Right, today we're doing a mock test with Jodie. Jodie, tell them how many lessons you've had with me.
3.
It's about 5.5 hours, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where have you had lessons before?
Down south.
How many lessons hours did you have down there?
Like 20, like between 20 and 25.
And she's got her own car, she's got some private practice. And tell them when you got your test.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Jodie is a bit of a adrenaline junkie. Tell them what you've done with the plane.
What?
Tell them what you've done with the plane in Dubai.
Oh, the skydive?
She's an adrenaline junkie. She likes it. How many feet?
12,000, I think.
So 12,000 feet. So this mock test should be water off a duck's back for today. Right, have you any questions before we start?
No, I'm fine.
Sure. Right, we're going to be out for 38 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic. You're going to take in various traffic and road conditions. One manoeuvre you practice with your trainer. What do you want roundabouts?
Yeah, I'm better with roundabouts.
One manoeuvre and possibly the control stop. We have done that, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Right. Throughout the drive, like to follow the road ahead at all times unless you're directed by signs and markings, or unless it turn, which you will do some good time. Can you see that okay?
Mm-hmm.
One question before we start. Can you tell me how you would switch your headlights to main beam, and how do you know the main beam's on whilst in the car?
You'd put them on dipped and then flick this so it goes on a main beam, and the blue light will come up on your dashboard.
Good. Right, we're going to do your manoeuvre. You know which one you're going to do, don't you?
Reverse, just
Go on when you're ready. If we put all the windows up and put all the aircon. The drive to the test centre's been really good, hasn't it? Lovely and smooth, so we're looking for good things here. When you're ready.
You will arrive at your destination at 11:59 a.m.
With the parked car either side, Jodie edges forward, peeps and creeps, and leans the top half of her body forward, and she's ready to stop. Most learners would just sit back in the chair and pull out and then look, so good start, Jodie.
What did you do if I ran your camera over?
Thank you. Minor faults number 1 and 2, Jodie. First one was for observations. You started off really well, good all-round observation, but then you just relied on the dormers. You need to take direct observation through the back window to see what's behind. I've seen pupils fail right at the start at the test centre because they've not looked through the back window and somebody's walked behind the car and they've not stopped. The second minor fault was for accuracy. You started coming great, but then you overstayed. You only needed to put a little bit more steam on to fix it, but it's a pass with 2 faults. Had you shunted it forward and backward, you still would have recorded the 2 faults. Right, if you just turn right out of here. And at the end of the road, turn left. And that sat-nav should kick in. And at the end of the road, right. Minor fault number 3, Jodie, you should have been looking for the timing of the signal once you used your mirrors. You just mirrors and signal at the same time. I said at the end of the road, turn right, you got a side road. Before the end of the road, you should have waited, got level, and then applied the signal.
Turn right, St John's Road.
When it's safe to do so, could you show me how you'd sound the horn?
At the end of the road, turn right, A690.
Minor fault number 4, Jodie, goes down his judgment with meeting situations. You reacted late to this car that was approaching and you stopped really close to this Fiat 500. A little bit scanning, planning ahead. You could have spotted this a bit earlier.
Turn right.
To the next park car, but leave enough for him to move off. About a car length. You? Are you driving anyway? Minor fault number 5, Jodie, boy, you're very lucky here, by the way. I don't think you've seen this motorbike in this picture, but you said you were going to pull off, but then you've seen the car, so you've got to be careful with them observations when moving off from the side of the road. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen the motorbike, but if you'd pulled off, I would have judged you because there was a motorbike coming down the road. Now, what happens is you move off from third gear and stall, then you pull off, you actually put the gas on, trying to burn my clutch out in the third gear, but then you realise and then you do put it into first and move off. Now in the meantime, There's a mini behind Rapua Learner Driver. He's actually my pupil. He's got his test at the end of the month. He's called Josh. Watch for him. He'll be passing first time. He'll be on YouTube. You do slow him down a little bit. So made a right mess of this. So minor fault number 5. Very lucky here. It was not a serious fault.
Sorry.
Minor fault number 6 for Jodie. Jodie's kept a good gap between us and this car all the way down this road, but she reacts very late to the car that brakes, and it was very close to being a serious fault. As Jodie had to brake quite heavy to stop the car. You need to react earlier.
After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A690, Neville's Crossbank. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Can you pull up on the left, please? We're convenient, please. Thank you. Driver when you're ready. Minor fault number 7, Jodie. You didn't look over your right shoulder before moving off. You did earlier on, but you need to check again because a scenario could change in seconds, couldn't it? Now, when the examiner stops you, will you please apply the parking brake, select neutral and cancel that signal? You put a signal on for right and you can't go anywhere. Well, this just confuzzles other road users. And if a nervous driver is driving up that road and suddenly jumps on that brake, then you're going to record a serious fault. So a handbrake, neutral, cancel signal, blind spot, just check all mirrors, blind spot just before you move off and decide if you need a signal. If there's no one there, then don't signal. But don't signal when you can't go anywhere.
After 300 yards, turn left, A167, Newcastle Road. Turn left.
Dangerous fault number 1 for you, Jodie. Jodie, you might cringe when you're watching this, but trust me, it's what you learners do. To me, this is just water off a duck's back. I see this every day of the week. Now, I can live with this all day long, but what I need you to do is learn from your mistakes. So what happens is you come up to the traffic lights. The lights to your right is what you need to pay attention to. As you're approaching, the lights change to red. There's a white van at 12 o'clock turning right. The lights change to red, so he has to clear the junction, and then you have to give way to that van. Had I not duelled you, then you would have took that van out, you would have sideswiped and would have rammed him, in fact. But learn from these mistakes, Jodie. It's all good learning points for me. There's a car there, look. And I can see control. Just put your clutch back down. Clutch. Push your foot down. Push it right down, got it?
Yeah.
Keep the clutch down. Put your handbrake on. Right when you're ready.
I didn't know they came from there because it was all green light.
After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, A691, Southfield Way.
Gonna give you a bit of praise here, Jodie. I love the way you look in mirrors, nice and early, get the signal on, your speed on approach is excellent, you select the gear at the right time, you take the first gap available, timing when leaving the roundabouts, inch perfect, all good, well done.
Exit A691, Southfield Way. After 300 yards, cross the roundabout and take the 2nd exit.
All good praise here, Jodie. There's not many learners can do this skill, what you've done here, keeping that brake still as you bring the clutch up, but not only keep it still, hold the clutch at the driving point so you get that lovely smooth gear change. Well done with that, but you pick your 8th minor fault up because you're too close to the centre of the road as you go round the roundabout. You need to put your eyes towards the left curb to where the left wheel wants to go. But yeah, good technique, very, very good.
After 300 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the 3rd exit, A691, Famwellgate, Peth.
Jodie, this roundabout, you could have picked the left lane to turn right. There was a sign further back on the right-hand side. Now, the reason it's best to choose the left lane when you have the choice, it's safer. You don't have to change lanes as you go around the roundabout. However, you've done nothing wrong, but when you come round the roundabout, you've got to be ready for cars to come round in the left lane, which way you've got your 3 options is go back round, if somebody's cutting you up, or leaving the right lane, get your foot on, get back to the left, or foot off gas, let them get past and then move over. Oh, and one other thing, will you stop clutching then gassing? Gas, then clutch. Poor bad habit you've got there.
After 200 yards, keep right, then go right on the roundabout and take the 2nd exit.
Looking for the 177.
Keep right, then go right on the roundabout and take the 2nd exit. right on the roundabout and take the second exit, New Elvert.
Minor fault number 9, Jodie goes down to road markings. I said A177. Now if you look at the road markings, it spirals out to the left, so you should have took up the left lane here. What you do is you go around in the clear path lane. However, you do check your mirrors and you see it, see if you put a signal and move over. Had there been cars come around the left lane, I would have expected you to go towards clear path and I would have redirected you. But you should have been looking at the road mark and seeing you should just kept it to the left. Don't mark this, but Jodie pulls off in second gear, quickly realises and then puts it into first, but this is the first time Jodie's put the gas on. If she didn't put the gas on, she would have just stalled the car.
Bear right, Church Street. After 250 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, Potter's Bank. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Minor fault number 10. Jodie got too close to this parked car on the left hand side. Now this is a fault that worries me for your driving test. I see this one a lot. Usually I'd fail for getting too close to parked cars. Now this one's hard to fix because your eyes is in the wrong place. When you've come around this corner, you should have been looking at the space between the car and the centre line. I don't know what you're looking at. Maybe look at the bike that's coming towards you or look at cars, I don't know. But you need to aim at the space. You cannot crash into space. When the space looks tight, then you need to reduce your speed. At the roundabout, follow the road ahead. Dangerous fault number 2 for you, Jodie. Yeah, Jodie, you didn't look to the right for me. I was watching them eyeballs, and you didn't look right. You would have rammed the car again. Again, nothing I've never seen before. It's very common fault with learners is doing this at roundabouts. Just see it daily on a daily basis. But yeah, you should have been looking to the right here. She would have took this car out. Go on, I think. Minor fault number 11, Jodie, you get up to 33 miles per hour on this road. It's only a 30. Take the next road to the right just as you get under the bridge.
Okay.
Jodie, you do really well here. You get into the hatch markings. A lot of learners don't go in the hatch markings and block the traffic behind. Also, when you're waiting to turn right, I would have had the parking brake on here. And this is how you move off the way you've done here. You've done absolutely perfect. So you put the gas on, you bring your clutch up and hold. Lovely technique, but you need to be more consistent with that. Take the next road to the left. second the other side. It's just past the pedestrian. It's great that you put it into first, Jodie, but a roll in first gear is no more than one car length back from the junction. You put it in a bit too early and you haven't slowed the car down. Minor fault number 12, Jodie. You should be checking your middle and right door mirror. Make sure nobody's overtaking you before you move out past this parked car. At the end of the road, turn right. You're doing very well with that meeting situation back there just a couple of moments earlier, and she spots the pedestrian crossing to the left, changing to red, so it means she can emerge out the junction when it's safe to do so from the right. Well done, Jodie. Minor fault number 13, Jodie. You don't signal to tell other road users that you're turning left. And can you pull up on the left for me? Just here to do underneath that tree. That'll do. Right, how did that feel?
Shocking.
Oh dear, what happened?
I don't know, like Neville's Cross, I just don't understand that.
Right, well that's easy to put right. Anything else?
Then there was when I pulled up on the left,
Yeah.
and I checked and I just felt the stick up here, so I was like, oh, it's in first gear, but it wasn't, it was in third.
Anything else?
And then that one roundabout on the way back.
Right, what happened at the... Yeah, a couple of serious faults. Few minors. Got a picture of that pedestrian. What was going through your mind when you come to them traffic lights?
Well, I just thought it's on green. It's on green for turning left.
Yes.
So I just went to turn left.
Right, I get that then. Do you see it?
Aye, so like there.
Right, that's a pedestrian crossing.
Yeah.
So that will only be on red if somebody's pressed the button. When you go through the crossing, what have you got here? What's that?
Like,
What does that triangle mean?
I actually don't know.
Giveaway.
Aye.
Because you've got your giveaway lines now.
Yeah.
What happened there is, if the lights is on green, which they were, the danger comes from traffic turning right, and as you got up there, what was coming the other way?
A car.
So you would have both wiped us both out there, you would have sideswiped it.
Yeah.
The second one was
Was it when I pulled off in third gear?
no, you
Was
got
that a major?
no, you got away with it. There was a car behind us, but you didn't really slow them down, and
So
it was actually my pupil behind us in a
Was
minute. Yeah, he got his test at the end of the month.
So that wasn't a serious fault when I pulled off in third gear by
Nope.
accident? Oh, I thought it would have
You
been.
didn't. You recovered, didn't you?
Yeah, because I should put it in first, because I realised.
Yeah, but you did slow the car down a little bit, but you were lucky there, very lucky. I mean, there'd been a car travelling at speed, you were as a picture at. You would have gotten away with that. Right. Roundabout here. We're going there, you didn't even look, there was a car coming
Oh,
around.
I know, it's because I like scanned it from when we were coming up and there was nothing there. So then when I looked in my left mirror to put a signal on, that's when I came round.
Well, you scanned it all right, you nearly wiped us both out again. So when you got close, it felt to me like you didn't look. When you got close, you should have looked in and seen the car come round.
Yeah.
So did you stop and put in it first? Right. We're
So
gonna-
how many serious faults did I get?
2.
Oh,
Close to
enough,
being 3 or 4. Very
Yeah.
bit lucky today. Right. We're going to go around and fix things, okay?